Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here. Alright, and this is one more like video game related subject that I wanted to make a video on because yeah, this is just something that I have kind of like talking about also as far as like video game related subjects go. So this was gonna be about something regarding Sega. So yeah, I mean yeah, everyone does remember like Sega, right? With like Sega, the startup that had Sega. And of course, like Sega was like just like another, like yeah, another like video game company, along with like Sony with the PlayStation, Microsoft with the Xbox, Nintendo with like all their consoles and stuff. And yeah, we of course also have Sega. And yeah, what this video is going to be about, it's going to be about something regarding like the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys remember the Dreamcast? Yeah, the Dreamcast was like Sega's console in the early 2000s. It was around like during the same time that the PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube were out. And yeah, of course, like as everybody knows, like it really is like the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the GameCube that really did like were like really popular during the time. And really just this the Dreamcast from Sega, it just it really was not really that popular and have well at least like nowhere near as popular as those other three consoles. And the Dreamcast came out like during was around like during the same period that those three consoles were. And yeah, just because yeah, the Dreamcast it really did not receive really that much recognition at all. Oh, it's like the popularity of the other three consoles just like totally overshadowed the Dreamcast. That's really like it's not the Dreamcast really is not a console that a lot of people really do remember from that time. And it just like got to me thinking, because of that, I mean, do you guys just think that maybe the reason that it really just did not receive much recognition compared to those other three consoles? Could it just be that Sega's popularity had really just like run its course by that point? Because yeah, of course, like back in like the back in the day, like in the like the in the 90s and stuff, and even like going back to the 80s, I think, yeah, like the Sega actually was like a pretty popular company for video games. I mean, you had stuff like there was the Sega Genesis, which was like a competitor for the Super Nintendo, since like those two consoles were around like during the same time, and also like during the era of the PlayStation 1 and the Nintendo 64, Sega did have the Sega Saturn, which I don't think really like that was kind of another one that really like was not really like as popular as the PlayStation and Nintendo 64, but that was like a console that was also like it did like get recognized like sometimes like if people like brought it up like people would remember it, but yeah, it wasn't really like something that people like would immediately think of. People would always think of the PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. But yeah, if like maybe like in the back of their mind they may remember the Sega Saturn during that time. But yeah, when you like go into like the early 2000s with the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube, this yeah, people would probably just like completely forget about the Dreamcast, and maybe like even if it was brought up, they really like would not remember it. So yeah, the Dreamcast, it really just yeah, it just really didn't seem to be really that popular, and it was just because maybe like Sega's popularity had just run its course. I mean, of course, like this was like just when Microsoft was new in the video game world with the original Xbox, and yeah, during the like before that, like it was Sony, Sega, and Nintendo that were like the competitors at the time. But I guess like when Microsoft came along with the Xbox, they just like totally like kicked Sega out of the contest and stuff, and yeah, they just kicked it out of the competition, and yeah, it was like a three-way rivalry between Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo now. And yeah, the Dreamcast actually was Nintendo, Sega's very last video game system, and yeah, I think that could probably be another reason why, just because the popularity of the other three consoles just totally overshadowed Sega, and I think like since probably the Dreamcast really like did not do nearly as good as those other three consoles, they're probably just like like kind of maybe just forced Sega into going out of business. I'm really not sure, but yeah, I just really don't know. But yeah, it seemed that just yeah, both popularity of the three consoles and stuff just like totally drove Sega kind of just out of business. And yeah, Sega just really did not release any more video game systems after the Dreamcast. And I don't know, I mean, yeah, during that period that it was around, I didn't actually own a Dreamcast, or was any member of my family own a Dreamcast. But I remember I did actually get the opportunity to play the Dreamcast because that I was about like 9 years old at the time, and my dad's girlfriend at that time did have a Dreamcast, and yeah, she like let him borrow it, and my dad like brought it home, so him, me, and my brother could all play the Dreamcast, and we played it, and we actually did like it. Like we actually really did get a lot of enjoyment out of that Dreamcast. So yeah, I did get the opportunity to play it, and yeah, I really did like it. I mean, I enjoyed playing the games that were on it. I mean, I don't know if like the Dreamcast actually did have like any exclusive titles for it, like the Xbox and the PlayStation did, and even Nintendo. So I don't know if like the Dreamcast actually did have any exclusive uh, games to the any exclusive titles to it. But yeah, for the games that I did play on the Dreamcast, I mean, I really did like it. So yeah, I mean, the Dreamcast definitely was like a really playable console, and even its design I think was like pretty interesting. Like the console itself, I think it does have like sort of a similar kind of design that the original PlayStation does. I mean, yeah, yeah, you can like look up photos of the Dreamcast design, and yeah, you can like look at the design for yourself. And yeah, to me, it just seems like the Dreamcast actually does sort of have a similar design as the original PlayStation. I mean, it does like have the like flap to close it where you put the discs in, where it like opens and closes, and it even has like the buttons to like power up the console and also to like open and close the flap to put the games in. So yeah, I mean, I actually do think that it does have a very similar design to the original PlayStation, and the controller actually does kind of have like an unusual design. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the original Xbox controller. I mean, you guys actually remember the original controller for the original Xbox, how massive that was? I mean, yeah, it's known as the Duke now, and it was like still like one of the most ridiculed parts of the original Xbox. And yeah, that really didn't last very long, and it was replaced with like the slimmer model of the controller, that has the design that's pretty much still being used for the Xbox controllers today. Yeah, and yeah, with the Dreamcast controller, it kind of like reminds me a little of the original controller for the Xbox. I mean, it is like a pretty massive controller and stuff, and yeah, it also kind of yeah, with the button placement, it actually kind of does like have the same button placement that the Xbox controller does. I mean, not the original Xbox controller, but yeah, with like that new design and even the design still being used now, the face buttons are like still in the exact same position, and even like how the PlayStation was. Yeah, and I think it's kind of strange that it has like the D-pad right underneath the analog stick. So yeah, the controller I just felt was a real bizarre, kind of like a really unusual design, and plus like it even had like that small screen, like somewhere around like the top of the controller, which I'm not really sure what that's for. I mean, it's been like quite a while. It's been a while since I have played the Dreamcast. Like I said, I played it back when I was 9 years old, and I'm 24 now. So yeah, that was like 15 years ago. So yeah, I don't even remember what that screen on the controller is for. But yeah, regardless of like what it looks like, I mean, yeah, I still did get a lot of enjoyment out of playing the Dreamcast. I mean, I really did like it. Like it. So I'm not really sure like what it was like about this console that really just didn't make it as popular as the PlayStation 2, the Xbox, and the Nintendo GameCube, and why like the other three consoles just like totally like overshadowed it and basically like just basically drove Sega out of business, I guess. Yeah, so I'm not really sure what it was about it, but yeah, yeah. Did Was it just because like those other three companies had just like totally overshadowed Sega's popularity and stuff, and just yeah, it drove Sega out of business. Just I guess so. Now, what do you guys think? I mean, do you guys think that like Sega's popularity was just like had just run its course by the point that the Dreamcast came out, and that's why it really didn't do nearly as good and didn't really get as much recognition as the other three consoles at the time. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the reason is, but yeah, Sega, it was like a pretty popular game company, like I said. I mean, with those other consoles that I had before it, with the Sega Saturn and the Sega Genesis, and they also had the that a Sega handheld uh, system. I don't know what the name of that was, but yeah, I remember like there are a few episodes of Full House where you see like some characters like playing on those things. I remember like in the Making Out is Hard to Do episode where Stephanie's make out date was like playing one, and it also like had the Becky's cousins and that Trouble in Twin Town episode where the two girls, the Becky's cousins, the girls had some and they were playing them. Yeah, I forgot what the name of that thing was, but yeah, that was from Sega also. So yeah, Sega was actually pretty popular. And then just like when the 2000s come and they released the Dreamcast, it just like seemed their the Dreamcast just didn't seem to do well, and it just like drove Sega. So yeah, I'm really not sure what the reason is. I mean, yeah, I guess it just I guess it's just too bad that it happened because yeah, with Sega's huge popularity and just yeah, when the 2000s come and those other three consoles were released and they just like did so much better, and it just like made put Sega down to the ground. And yeah, that was kind of unfortunate that it happened. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. I mean, do you think like Sega's popularity just ran its course? I mean, yeah, what do you think the reason is that the Dreamcast really didn't do nearly as well as the other three consoles? Let me know what you think about it. All right, but yeah, that's all I can really say about it. So yeah, it was unfortunate that it happened because I mean the Dreamcast definitely was a very playable console. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what it was about it that just like really didn't make it go the distance. Yeah, you can let me know what you think about it. All right, so yeah, that's all I really have to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say about the Dreamcast. So yeah, and we'll like kind of start to like get things back in gear and like try to make some more videos more often now. I mean, yeah, it's been like 10 days since I did the video about me doing the original, about me getting the original PlayStation, which yeah, I have still like been playing a lot of that. So yeah, I guess I've just been like still like kind of like distracted with this. Yeah, like my mind's been elsewhere, like playing this still. So yeah, I guess that's just why I still haven't like gotten back into gear. But yeah, I'll try to get back into gear more and like make videos more often for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.